Let's bring in Brian Cashman right now. Brian, I don't know how much of that you just heard, but this team seems like it has a very nice chemistry from where you're sitting in the executive suite. Do you sense that as well, and do you believe that that's important?
Well, yes, I definitely, this is a tight unit. Do I think it's important? I do. I think when you're in a large market, it's more impactful, in a positive way because, in markets like New York, the largest media market in the world, arguably Tokyo can, I guess make a run at it themselves. When you have, problem players or people that don't get along, it creates, the side circus, side show that gets covered that, you want your games to be about the competition on the field, not about the reindeer games that can go away from the sidelines. And so I do think it's important. I think that if you have, problems, I know that the late 70s Yankee teams didn't get along with each other, and there was a lot of, headaches and stuff, and I'd be curious to see how that team would have played out in today's social media. Those guys were tough, and they were world champions and all that stuff, but that was a different era where there was no internet and there was no, ESPN didn't exist and everything else of that nature. So, again, you get picked apart. People can peel the onion so much easier and more and dig deep and, divide and conquer so much easier in today's world, and the only way to offset that or eliminate that or prevent it is to make sure you get 25 quality people, not headaches.
Brian, you look at this team right now. You're 50-41. You look at the standings of the American League East, and there's no team closer than 4 games right now. Are you at all surprised that the Yankees are sitting here in such good shape after some of the concerns he had coming into this season?
I wouldn't say surprised. I mean, we have felt that we have had a championship caliber roster if we were healthy, and I think the only reason we didn't in the last few years that we got taken out of the competition was because we had massive injuries. Right now we're healthy, and and with health has become players having the ability to play up to their projections and their expectations, and we have a collection of quality talent. I said this winter, and mostly when asked a lot about it in spring training, was what do you expect from this club? And I felt that if we had a lot of the question marks answered in a positive way, some of which were health-related and the others were just performing up to your hopes and ceilings and expectations and projections, this would be a team that's going to compete for, obviously, the American League East and obviously a much bigger prize. And so far, that's how it's played out. We have had some injuries. We lost Tanaka for a month. We lost Ellsbury for over a month. We lost Miller for a month, and those are significant assets to be down for a period of time. But we withstood all that, and we're in a good spot right now, and I hope to maintain that spot.
All right, now I'm sure you get feedback. Yankee fans were kind of stunned that you sent down Ref Snyder before the game yesterday. I was surprised and the only reason I was surprised, Brian, I want to get a read from you, is that Joe Girardi said the previous day, we want to get a real good look at him. Well, that was 4 games. So was it a numbers game? Did you not like the way he performed? Do you not look at him as the future? I mean, what exactly was behind that decision?
Well, potential means you haven't made it yet. So when you say you look at him as if your future, obviously it's a future he's going to have to carve out for himself. And it was a numbers game, essentially. If I turn the clock back, I try to honestly communicate with our fan base. And if you turn the clock back before the All-Star break, Headley was dealing with a little bit of an issue. We brought up Cole Figueroa, who was a left-handed bat against, I think it was Jesse Hahn, the right-handed starter for the A's. And we just felt that was a good matchup to give Joe Girardi to be able to field the best team possible, and Figueroa helped us win that day, and he played well. I think he was here for 2 days. And then we went into Fenway Park, and we had 2 starters that were left-handed out of the 3 days. You had Buckholz Friday, you had Wade Miley Saturday, and Rodriguez, the rookie, on Sunday, the final 2 guys being left-handed. So that's when we decided to do bring Ref Snyder up, and we felt it would balance our lineup out and give us a higher percentage chance of winning on the Saturday-Sunday games. Ref came up and helped us and did a nice job and got his toe dipped in the water. Also to get experience at the major league level, in season for the first time in his career. But then Beltran came back shortly after the break, obviously, on Sunday, and we had a decision to make. It is July 20th. We're approaching July 31st, and I felt it was in our best interest to send Ref back down to continue his development and keep all our assets in play rather than designate somebody for assignment and vote him off the island because, tomorrow we could have an injury, or in the next week I could have some surprise trade come in play. I mean, this is a very volatile time over the next 11 days where a lot of things can happen, and some of which are lightning strikes of injuries or lightning strikes of the unexpected opportunity that rearranges your roster, and I wanted to keep all assets in play until we got through all that. So I can get Ref back, but if I designate somebody off the island, whether our fans are enamored with that individual or not, that I'm looking at the bigger picture and making sure that I maintain whatever viability and flexibility I can have.
Do you envision him coming back anytime soon, or you look at him as a AAA guy now, and we'll see what the future presents?
We're open-minded. Again, I just want to keep everything in place. So I know we can bring him back. I know he can play up here, and I know he can help us. And so it's nice to know that that's sitting there waiting. But I also want to, again, keep my options full right now until, I can get through the next 11 days and really evaluate everything that presents itself.